would like to say this was the most inconsistent final. They need like somebody that literally, I don't know, maybe they do have this person, but somebody on the challenge whose job only is to play in the final. Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. We are back with another episode. We missed last week, but this was a double feature, so we doing, this was really 2 episodes in one, but we are back. Sorry to say, I did not know that this was the finale.
Yeah, I just feel like this whole episode was just, we'll get into it, but this whole episode was just not.
I didn't know it was the finale. I was literally watching it, and then so when it got, after they finished Elimination, I started like wrapping up, and I was like, okay, let me watch my next show. Then it kept going. I was like, why are we still talking? Like, what's that?
Yeah, from start to finish, this episode was just horrible.
I ain't gonna say horrible because some of the stuff
horrible.
Like I told you, I like the switching of partners. I told you I like that.
So my problem. So the final.
Well, we gotta go in order. We can't go. We can't skip ahead to that.
Let me just say this: the final itself wasn't the issue. Like the final had components to be a great final. It's just let's start with episode
at the beginning.
Let's start with episode 11.1.
When they came back from the David and Enzo elimination, where we see Enzo win. I didn't feel no type of ways. I would have been happy if David won. I would have been happy if Enzo won. So I was okay either way with both of them. So when they come back from the episode, yeah, I mean, everybody in the house, they really want Enzo to go because a lot of the girls didn't want to be partnered with Enzo anyway, which proved to be some real good thinking. Yeah. I mean, I was really like sitting there like throughout the season, like, oh man, they get on Enzo. He ain't even that bad. But now it's like
I've been saying this all season. Like,
I mean, I really didn't think he was that bad, and not necessarily he's not that bad as a whole, but the thing that he is bad at is a very important thing.
Nothing really happens this episode, so we're just going to move on to the challenge, which is a night challenge.
Challenge, yeah.
Basically, TJ goes all horror movie and has them put into a truck, no light, no car light, no nothing, into this abandoned military compound, which actually this challenge was pretty good. I think this is like the root of the these are the challenges I love. So essentially they have to go through this compound and find tires. Each tire is color coded and each color is worth a different numerical value. And from there, depending on how high the value is how they the harder it will be to retrieve the tire. Once they get the tire, they will either have to complete a puzzle or just unlock it or whatever the case may be. Once they actually get it, they have to run a kilometer to a outpost or something and put their tire on. And at the end of 2 hours, the person with the most tires win.
The most points.
Yeah, most points win.
Yeah.
So 2 things. I didn't like the way they set up this the winner. I didn't like that whole situation. But also, like I said, it was good. So we see everybody pretty much going for higher points. So yeah, so pretty much everybody would just scatter out doing their own thing, getting their points. Pretty much Dom, Danny, Tyson were in the lead for the most part. Angela spent 2 hours on the one
tire for 20 points.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if she could have got it, it would have been a good investment, but because it took her so long to get it, it really did not pan out.
Yeah, she could have, because I think it was one more that I think somebody else found, so she could have moved up.
Okay, so with this challenge, I thought, like you said, I thought it was a really good challenge. Angela literally could have gotten the lead if she could have got that one tire and kept going. Like, even if she would have got it within maybe 30 minutes left, she still could have got a couple 3-pointer tires with that 20 points and could have came out on top. But she got it and it was like, I think they said like 10 minutes left or something like that. It was something crazy. one it was like a couple things. And Angela and Tyson, they have dominated this whole show, and this challenge. And competitors, they are great, but just like some of the stuff, it's like I want to, you want to be like, they deserve it, they did the best physically, yeah. But when they just be saying, I'm like, come on now, okay, because like when Tyson got the one puzzle that Justine was working on, then he got it, and he's like, Justine, you owe me, you didn't do it for me. Like, I don't owe you, you didn't do it for me, you happen to be doing it, and then I saw you doing it, so I'm gonna copy it.
So as Ben is running, he ends up dropping his tire, and I'm guessing he tripped over it or tripped inside it or something. But he ends up falling and landing on his shoulder. But he is still good to play. At least that's what we think. So then, after the time is up, TJ announces the winners, which ends up being a three winners, which is Dominic, Tyson, and Sarah are the winners.
Yeah. So
I did not like that at all.
yeah, that should have been a tiebreaker because that makes no sense. Because for like, if you want to do that, okay, but their points should be in half. Like their vote is half a vote, correct? Like you know what I mean? Like they're splitting 5,000 because Sarah get the whole 5,000. Because it's two men, they get they gotta split the $5,000 a piece, 2,500 a piece. So that's the same with the vote. I don't know how you would split a single person vote, but it should count. It shouldn't be three-way. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to be like, what if Tyson vote one way and then the other, they all vote different ways? No, because Angela took so long, Angela ends up being the person that's going straight into elimination. Which I think we knew that was gonna happen once
she knew that was
time. Yeah. Once we was looking at the time. And so when they go into the room, I don't want to call it the deliberation room because they don't really deliberate, but they ask her who she wants, and she says, she said she don't have nobody who she wants. She could go against anybody, basically. That's basically what she's saying. It don't matter. I'm gonna leave that.
She basically said her vote was irrelevant because
it
doesn't matter who she was gonna go against. It really didn't matter because everybody's relationship is set and they would have made the choice regardless
no matter
of
what she said.
We get to the elimination and we see the ring in the middle of the field. TJ calls them down. Well, TJ calls Angela out. He asks the winners who they want. They decided on Alyssa. And they find out it's a pole wrestle. And from there, it was literally 2 seconds. And
yeah, I knew as soon as they said Alyssa, I was like, there's literally 0.5% that Alyssa was gonna be Angela. I was like, maybe, but the odds were against Alyssa is that the right phrase? The odds were against her.
Yeah.
Or against Alyssa that she would pull that off, and she didn't because Angela's super athletic, and I also think Angela is able to like take her mind out of the friendship space. You know what I mean? Yeah. And to be like,
Alyssa even said that she couldn't even hold the bar. Like she was like, yeah, she didn't even have a good grip on it. And I commend Angela. She didn't want to hurt her friend, but she's like, I'm trying to make this as painless as you can, as quick as possible. And she just whoop, and then
I did with Angela. I did appreciate that they gave her the clip of her speaking to Tyler, her fiance. I think that made her like appear. I don't know, because like we see her, she really always in game mode, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, like Danny said, the Ice Queen was the melted. They saw tears coming.
Yeah, I thought it was a very sweet moment, and I was like, okay.
But also, I think another reason she was that emotional because it's also her birthday. I think that all happened the same day, so it was just the one for that to be your birthday and you facing elimination. Yeah, I would probably be emotional too.
Yeah, but okay, moral of the story is Angela won that elimination 2-0, and sends Alyssa home. They hug and they're crying because they are friends. So now everybody else, so that's the end of the like dailies. That was the in elimination. That was the last elimination. Now everybody here is in the final. The final is our next chapter. Again, I thought the episode was over.
This is where the problem starts.
Yeah.
This is where the problem starts. There was inconsistencies all throughout this final. This was the messiest final that we have seen.
Yes. They need a finals coordinator. That's it. A finals coordinator. The challenge finals coordinator. They be like, do you work on the other episodes? No, I do not. I only work on the finals.
This was the messiest final from 2 seconds. Once that plane landed and they stood in front of the words challenge. It was a mess, a chaotic mess.
Literally, yeah, but it started before that. Okay, so chaos before that, because the night before, after Angela's elimination, where Ben said he was going to get his shoulder checked. I mean, Angela, after elimination, where Angela sent Alyssa home. Why did I don't know what I was about to say. Sent her home, and then Ben says he's going to get his shoulder check, and I was like, and then he rode off in the sunset. That's the last time we saw it. That's what I was like, that was the last time we saw it. This is the challenge, baby. They will send you home for a scrape, like not a scrape, but like any like actual physical ailment. They're gonna be like, you're leaving. You know what I mean? So. Or that's how it usually works. Or if you really trying to stay, you ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I mean? But I think you should always say, I don't think you should hurt yourself further. So I was like, okay, yeah, go home, Ben. I don't want nothing to happen to you, so you can come back in the future. But when he was on the airplane, I was like, what's he doing here? Like, he hurt his shoulder. We done seen injuries for less. We don't think go home for less. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, no, that don't sound right. So when he was standing in front of them, and I was like, let me wait for TJ to say, by the way, Ben. And then when TJ was like, one more order of business, I was like, it's Ben. Then he said Ben. And then Ben, but obviously this was a conversation beforehand, because he knew. Because if you don't know anything, if you're going to flying on a jet and you landed somewhere else and you actually think you about to play, your reaction would be like, oh no, I'm fine, But his reaction was, yep, exactly.
Yeah, I think on Tyson's podcast he had mentioned that Ben knew he was gonna be eliminated or whatever, that he couldn't be. I think it was like a production thing where they was like, come on, because I think he didn't sign some paperwork or something. Perfectly. So from there they had to adjust the rules because it was uneven. To begin with, and so they decided that now, since there's one female more than everybody else, that she will go by herself and run the leg, which was again mess from the beginning. So we bring back the algorithm, and TJ spins the dials and whatever, and everybody get their pairing. In this first leg, Sarah is by herself. Desi is paired with Enzo. Tyson is paired with Justine, and Danny is paired with Kayla. So for the first leg of the challenge, they have to get sent to this platform, jump in the water, swim into the water, and then do a puzzle. Because this final was all puzzles, by the way. So from jump, literally everybody's swimming. 30 seconds in, our boy Enzo, Mr. Meow, he was like, "This is not for him."
This is one of the biggest.
Let's backtrack a little bit. Yeah. TJ states in the rules that this is a partner game. That if you're a part, that you can't leave your partner behind. That you got to complete together. If your partner quits, you quit, and then your money it gets down to zero. Fast forward, now we in the water. Enzo is panicking. He's like, "I can't do this. I'm about to quit." And when I say I heard it in Desi's voice, as soon as that word quit came out, she was like, "No, Enzo, no, you still can do this." She turned around and swam back to that man and was like, "No. Like, come on, you can do this. I got you. I'm right here." And he beeline for that boat and was like, "I quit." And Desi didn't even get a chance to compete. I was livid. I was pressed.
So sad. I think this is one of the saddest final moments, like tragic final moments.
Yeah.
Because I just couldn't believe that. And I was like, in that case, it should have, I was thinking maybe it should have been contingency plan, like not that you will be out if your partner's out, but if you're out, all your money is eliminated. And if your partner quit, then you could continue, but you got $0, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe like Desi
Because
could
you already got one person running by themselves, so I don't see the difference
just
of
team it up.
yeah.
So because this
Well, I
person,
don't think they could
anybody
team it.
quit, yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't think they could team it up because it will still be two females or whatever.
But what?
So they could.
I read two women like me running by myself. I would prefer that. I'm sorry. I prefer running with another woman against male female teams as opposed to running by myself. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
yes,
I mean, they could have did that, or they could have just made both of them run solo, and then they still do the point system or whatever the case may be. Because again, like I said, it's unfair to Desi that literally she's never been in elimination. She's never been in elimination. She played a nearly flawless game.
Yeah.
And literally, she made it to the finals. She put in the work for all of that to be nothing.
Yeah, I was very upset by that outcome.
We got more chaos. So we see that Danny and Kayla get first place. Justine, no. Do Sarah get second?
Yes.
Sarah gets second, and then Justine and Tyson get third, and then Angela and Dom get fourth. So from there, TJ tells them about their next leg, which is basically split into two parts, where they will have a eating challenge and then do another lap to do a puzzle.
Yeah.
So from there, the new teams we got Kayla by herself, Tyson with Sarah, Dom with Justine, and then Angela with Danny. So the first part of the challenge is the eating challenge. They get there and it's literally a whole onion and about 5 pieces of garlic with lemon juice. When I tell you how upset I was with this, like an onion. Granted, it's not like
could you eat an onion? I can't. Sometimes I got an onion on like a sandwich, and I'd be like, oh, no.
But still, we've been through what 38 seasons of these eating challenges, and that now once had an onion and some garlic and lemon juice.
That's probably hard.
So once again, Danny and Angela finished first, Tyson and Sarah finished second, Dom and Justine third, and Kayla is sitting there by herself. So we're gonna come back to that whole Kayla thing because this is another part of the messiness and inconsistency of this final. So my favorite line in this is once Justine see a cow, she hits us with the, is this safe? I was so weak when she said that because it's like literally it's the same.
The terrain they had to go over.
Like you just see a whole cow coming out of nowhere. Like, where is this cow coming from?
When they switched the camera and went to like body cam footage, I thought somebody was about to fall and be DQ'd. I was like, Justine, don't fall. Don't be. That's how they usually do. They give like a POV and then somebody camera falls. You see the camera falling down and be like, oh, let it. And I was like, no, please, Lord, don't let it be. But luckily, nobody fell.
It's a flagged barrel with a number and or equation on it. So they gotta go through this path, and then basically as they're going through, one is gonna have like an A or 2 or whatever, and then they have to solve the problem until they get to the checkpoint where they have to pit the block. But then we get to Kayla. After everybody's pretty much solved their puzzles, Kayla is still eating her onion and garlic, so she doesn't get DQ'd. She doesn't get timed out. She finishes and allows to go, and then she comes in 4th place. Okay, cool. So from there, they do the next leg, which is basically what is next? Oh, the Dakota ring. So they have to basically memorize a 10 number sequence, and then grab the Dakota ring and go to the checkpoint.
Yeah.
So this.
I'm sorry. I was about to say this leg was unfair to the single person, which was Justine for this leg, because literally what the because when you look at the other legs, it just like okay,
it's more tolerable that you can do it by yourself. But this one, you needed two people.
yeah, you really needed two people to really be able to. I mean, unless you're just like super smart. I think not that like unless you just like got super memorization skills. Those are 2-digit numbers. It was 10 of them, and it was just like what. And so, and with the other, because that's like giving Kayla. That was like giving Kayla 2 pieces of garlic. I mean, two onions, and saying finish these 2. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So like, it wasn't fair. And so we'll go back to that when we go to the rest of the inconsistencies with the single person. But that part was not. It was not on. It was not on.
So we get there. So everybody's coming in. So we have Danny, who is now paired with Sarah, right? Danny is with Sarah. Tyson is with Angela, and then Dom is with Kayla, and Justine is by herself, like you said. So they're coming in. I think Danny gets first. Danny and Sarah get first. Dom or Tyson second, whatever the case may be. So they get all their points and scores. However, then we come Justine. She lets us know that production basically told her that you're timed out. Come with us, and she just get the 2 points or whatever.
But
So
yes, she
again,
timed out though. Like I would like to mention that because like it was this whole debate because she did it. She had the numbers in her head and she was walking towards the puzzle. By the time she got to the puzzle, she's timed out. So everybody else has already gone. So she cannot even attempt to catch up.
Yeah,
So,
and that's part of the inconsistencies with me because this whole timed out, Kayla didn't get timed out, and then later on someone else doesn't get timed out. Yeah, Justine get timed out. So then it goes into okay, so are we getting timed out in time? Like again, that inconsistency because because then if that's the case, Kayla didn't have to eat all that food; she would just got timed out or whatever.
Just timed out, yeah.
And then, like I said, later on, the other person later on that we see towards the final leg, she didn't get timed out. Then they get into the night portion of the challenge where they basically have to move a pile of gravel and put it into another section. And then while one person works, the other person can sleep. I don't know if they said both people can work in tandem, but it doesn't seem like that was the case, or people just matching. But we have Danny and Justine. Angela is by herself. We have Dom and Sarah, and then Tyson and Kayla. So Dominic is feeling great. He's a construction worker, as he told us many times. So he's feeling his element. He's got a plan, I guess. But again, Angela started working and then she was just like, yeah, this is a no for me. I'm gonna go catch my beauty sleep and I'll see y'all in the morning. So she walks to it.
So with that, literally, as soon as she said that, I was like, what? Because I know it could be up for debate whether or not that's the same as with Justine. And she's like, I choose to come into last place to time out, but it's not a timeout if you don't do it, So it's like, if you would have lost it, if you would have lost it, and then you would have came in last place and you could have took them last 2 points, fine. But for you not to do it is why I was like, that's because when she said I'm opting out of this, I was thinking Enzo opted out. And then I was like, and if we letting her go pick Desi up because Enzo, you're still in this race. So that's what I was like confused.
Honestly, I guess I feel like there's technicality in her logic. Like she technically, I feel like could have done that if she would have periodically did work,
and stuff.
and
Yeah.
then she would have technically timed out, or she would have just got that last place or whatever. But like you said, she didn't do anything. She just started, then went to sleep. Like if she would have woke up at some point and tried it again
Yeah, and
for
was
like
like, I'm
two
gonna do it. I
seconds,
can't. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
then you have like a standing to be like, okay, this is my, logic or whatever. But yeah, like you said, at that point, pick up Desi. Like, pick somebody who.
Yeah, because you can't just say I opt out. I would like to opt out of a lot of things. Like, you know what I mean? It was like, I mean, that logic didn't make sense. I understand like taking the L and taking the last place. It's to conserve your energy, but then people would have been did that. All the people that came in last place for the single people could have just did that. And I don't know why she didn't get that. And like I saw some people mention online that maybe they didn't explain the rules clear enough. But I was like, I understood the rules, and I never understand the rules they be saying.
Yeah,
I
I
literally
think it was
every time they be saying the rules, I be
pretty
like, what?
clear. Like, even if, like I said, even if you wanted to go off that logic, you needed to think about that a little bit more. Like, they're just not gonna let you not do it.
Yeah,
Like,
and I'm very surprised because usually Angela seems like very strategic, like she really done thought this out 10 steps ahead in each scenario, and I believe maybe she does. And so I was like, Angela, you are not about to do this. You are not about to do this. And then when she went in there and went to sleep, I was like, what? I was so confused because it just didn't seem like the type, like that was her, like something she would do.
So Angela gets DQ'd. Another person in a long list of DQs.
Yeah,
So
but that was
this,
like a surprise because she dominated the season. She did, like,
yeah,
I tell you, even though I was not on Team Angela,
she literally was supposed, like, she was the
I
clear
respect
favorite.
yeah, I respect the gameplay, and literally I was like, without some like like some puzzles maybe getting in the way or something like that, I was like, if it's straight like enduring stuff, I was like, oh, Angela got this. And when this is how she went out, I was like, oh.
Yeah, they have to do this 10-mile hike / run. So it's already raining. Everybody waddles away. So they get to their first checkpoint. Dom get theirs first. Yeah, Dom get them first. It is a honeycomb puzzle kind of type of thing. Tyson comes, he gets it. Danny comes, he gets it. Justine comes, she literally just
she got it in 2 seconds.
Yeah, Sarah and Kayla comes before Justine. They're trying to figure it out. Dom still can't figure it out. Justine literally. Is this right?
I was so confused. I was like, even once they did it, I was like, I still don't understand the rules of this puzzle.
This where I would have cried. I love me a good Sudoku. Like,
I was literally Justine. Like, I was literally Justine because I'm telling you how my whole life, one of the greatest mysteries to me is Sudoku. Because it literally, I don't know whatever, any game I would have been playing, whether it would have been for $1 bazillion, if they would have put a Sudoku puzzle in front of me, I would have been like, gave it the gold college try. That's the end for me, because I literally got trapped in an escape room before because one of the puzzles to get out of the escape room was a Sudoku puzzle.
Tyson gets there. He's like, okay, I'm semi decent at puzzles. I know a little bit. He's trying it. Then Danny gets there. He's like, this is literally what I did on Big Brother. He's like 21 days straight.
He did on Survivor.
Yeah, Survivor. He's like 21 days straight. I just have my book. Did my Sudokus. So Danny literally comes up there and then leaves. Justine comes, Dom comes. They looking like who done it or what. And then
nothing you could do.
Dom was like, this is not it. He's like, we're been in rain, now it's snowing. These are not the conditions I signed up for. Justine literally like, I don't even know what we're supposed to be doing. So I'm just gonna stand up here.
I think the rules needed to be adjusted because I understand. Well, I mean, maybe the rules don't need to be adjusted. Maybe like fair.
I think it needs to be explained better because they told. I think on the board it said they just need to complete the pattern. It was like I got 2 numbers left, and they are not going to be on the board because literally I will have to start over because they're not in the places I needed to go. Dom is complaining about work conditions. He was like, "This is not it."
That was like, who was the foreman? Because
So we
exactly, the final coordinator should have accounted for this. The final.
So when Kayla comes up, she looking at everybody like, "What's going on?" They like,
"We quitting." Which that has never happened. Well, I mean, maybe it's happened. I don't remember it happening.
I don't think this has ever happened.
I think if literally 90% of the people in your final are quitting, don't quote me on percentages, you know. But I'm just saying,
we
like,
literally had what? We started 10 people?
9
6?
people. 9 people.
9. Well, I'm talking about altogether. We had 10. Literally 10.
No, it was
or
9.
literally,
because
I'm still counting Dan though.
Oh, you counted being okay.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
At the start of the final, you had 10 people. By checkpoint 2 on the second day, you literally only had 3 people remaining in your final. And mind you, by the time Kayla got to the puzzle, Danny was already across the finish line. Like, and then we got Sarah down here still. She didn't get timed out. She didn't get DQ'd. She's still looking at that puzzle looking stupid under a bush because it's raining. And I was just like, this is not.
You didn't get timed out, but I guess because those 2 parts were considered, I don't know. Maybe those 2 parts were considered one part.
So literally, by that time, she's literally the only person in this game. Why are we still going? Danny has already ate. He called Kiki. He talking to his daughter. He got his plane ticket back already. Like, why are we still in this game waiting for Sarah? Like, no, I don't believe that production pushed her up that hill. She went up that hill to save her marriage. And production helped her.
I think the win was fair because from what I saw, again, I don't know what happened behind the production. It seemed like she had those numbers on that Sudoku puzzle. Whether it's right, I couldn't tell you. Even if they explained it to me, if it was wrong, I couldn't tell you. Like,
let me do a free frame. I'll tell you if it's right.
I couldn't tell you. So it looked like it was some numbers on there to me. And she kept going. She didn't seem, when she got to the Sudoku puzzle, you know how Justine was, me and Justine was both confused when we got up there.
But how you don't have no production? Like, Sarah had to be there like 2-3 hours later because TJ and Danny wasn't even up there when Sarah got up there. They literally did another shot with Sarah and Danny.
There wasn't no time limit on this. Wasn't no time limit on there. I finished it.
Like I said.
And let it be told, when Sarah got up that hill, up that mountain, and they gave, like, all the money went back into the pot. So it was literally like, Sarah had more money than Danny. Danny got 245. Sarah had 254.
But so yeah, that's this season. Overall, this season started strong. Ended poorly, but started strong.
Yeah, I think overall it was a really good season, especially like for it to be like a whole show full of rookies. I think everybody did really good, like politically, strategically. I think Angela and Tyson, they ran that game, which was like, just to get people that are not you didn't know them before this, to just be scared to ever throw you in. It's just like the power that she holds, because frankly, in this house, Tyson, yeah, they were scared of Tyson, but Angela really was the towards the end, she had the competition shook, okay? Because but I think everybody did really well. But that is the end of our review recap. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We'll be back with more videos, being more consistent with putting up these videos. So please tune in. Please follow us on Instagram and all of our socials, and we'll see you on our next video. Peace.